Chefers, what's up? So in today's video we will be seeing the solution to this problem, average array, which appeared in Codechef starters 34. Before moving on to the solution, brief intro about me, just because this is my first video. um, I am Alay Mehta. I am currently pursuing MTech in computer science from IIIT Bangalore, and I am an incoming SD intern at DE Shop. So I hope you have read this question once before coming here. So what this question says is that you will be given an integer x and you have to form n numbers such that the average of these n numbers is x, right? So you will just be given an integer x and integer n, and then you have to form n integers such that the average of these n integers is x. Um, so what's the first thing that comes to your mind? So the first thing that comes to our mind is that what if we place x, I mean what if we uh, assume each of these n numbers as x, right? Then if we place all of these n numbers as x, then the summation of these n numbers will be n into x, right? And just because there are n numbers, the denominator will of course be n, right? And then n into x divided by n will be x, right? So this is correct, but in the question it's given that all of these numbers, means all AI, should be unique. So that's why this is not valid. um, the second thing the second thing that comes to your mind is that what if I keep on placing 1 2 3 4 in sequence up till n minus 1th place, right? You have to place n numbers. What if I place 1 2 3 4 up to n minus 1th place? So the summation will be let's assume that the summation of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up till n minus 1 is this variable, right? Sum. So let's assume that this sum, so we want this sum, right? N into x. And let's assume that this variable, means this summation, which is this sum, exceeds this n into x, right? So what we need to now do is that we need to subtract this difference, right? Because we want n into x, but we have exceeded n into x, so we have to do sum minus n into x. So what this means is that we have to subtract this whole thing, sum minus n into x. So then if you sum it up, it will be again n into x divided by n, which is x, which is what is required. But this is again invalid because it's given that the max positive or negative number which you can put is 1000, right? It's been given in the question, in the constraints. um, so and the summation of this, and the n is like at max 1000, right? So if you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n minus 1, so if n is 1000, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 999, it will be 4,99,500, which exceeds 1000, right? It's given that max number you can put is 1000, max negative number also. So you cannot put minus 4,99,500 here. So what else we can do, right? One thing you will notice here is that we can put both positive and negative numbers. So only thing that remains to do is that we have to optimally use both positive and negative numbers. So we again know that we have to produce this n into x in the numerator, because n into x in the numerator divided by n in the denominator, n will get cancelled and we will get x at last, right? So our target is n into x. We will produce it stepwise with the help of positive and negative numbers. So what if I ask you, I have to produce 2 into x, right? Then for producing 2 into x, what uh, what if I ask you, I have to produce 2 into x, 3 into x? The the simplest thing that you can do is to produce 2x. What you can do is you can add 1 to x and then subtract 1 from x. You can take x plus 1 as one number x minus 1 as another number, and you can produce 2x. um, what if n is given as 4? Then you have to produce 4x, right? So then you can take this x plus 2 and x minus 2. Okay, so this 2x plus this 2x will sum up to 4x. Okay, this is continuation, right? So I have to add this sign. And again, if you want 6x, then you can add x plus 3, x minus 3, and you will get 6x. So now one question you might have is, what if n is odd? All of this you are taking assuming that n is even. What if n is odd? So if n is odd, what you can do is you can produce up to n minus 1, right? If n is, let's say, 5. Okay, if n is given to me as 5, then what you can do is you can produce up to 4x here, and then you can add an x in the beginning or at the last. So plus x, right? So this 4x plus x will turn up to be 5x, right? So what you do, if n is odd, then you greedily put 1x at the beginning, right? And then produce up to n minus 1, right? Up to 4x. So I will show you the code. When I will show you the code, it will become more clear. So why this works is that n is, at most 1,000, and just because you will be putting x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, so if you want to produce 4x, right, you will need 4 steps: x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2. If you need 6x, then you will need numbers up to x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 3, x minus 3. So um, if you want to produce n equal to 1,000, right, you will just need the max number up to 1,000 divided by 2, right? And this will sum up to 600 numbers, right? And the maximum numbers that are allowed are up to 1,000, right? So 600 and minus 600 are both valid, right? So this is why this technique works, and the time complexity is big O of n, just because, to produce 4x you need 4 steps, to produce 6x you need 6 steps, right? To produce nx you will need an n steps, and we are not using any extra space, so space is constant. So I think, yeah, that is pretty much it for this problem. You had to use the positive and the negative numbers optimally to get to the solution. um, I hope you got the intuition and solution to this problem. Good luck for your next contest. Thank you.